Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, like I said, we are going to be working on this 05 Dodge. If you guys didn't watch the last video, we finished up some head gaskets on an LML Duramax, and today we are finishing up on this Dodge. We tore it apart in one of the last videos, and I want to show you guys what exactly it takes to get a truck to this point. Now this is a pretty common, unfortunately, issue that can happen with these trucks. When they get higher miles, they can drop valves or valve seats, and that's what this one did. Or you could see a similar damage to this from an injector failure. If an injector hangs open and it washes the cylinder out, it'll get really hot and melt the piston. And this customer got really lucky because his cylinder board did not get tore up in the process of all of this damage. So guys, basically what happened was it dropped a valve seat on the number 6 cylinder, and they thought it was injectors because it just had a miss, so they put injectors in it, didn't fix it, and then we went and picked the truck up and we tore the cylinder head off to find the piston number 6 had got pretty beat up by the valve seat, and you can actually see where the ring, now that we've got it out of the engine, won't even sit in its little slit there. And Bailey is preparing the new piston to stick in the truck right now. Got new rings on it, got a new OEM Cummins piston. If you guys want the part number, this is at 05, so this is a later 59. There's the part number on the piston, and it comes with rings, genuine Cummins parts. And to get to this point, we had to remove the cylinder head, obviously, and then you have to jack the engine up and remove the oil pan. And once you remove the oil pan, you can access that number 6 rod cap. So you'll pull the rod cap out, hammer the piston up through the top, and it's pretty crucial to make sure that your cylinder walls are clean. A lot of times it'll damage the cylinder wall and then the motor's completely done. You have to pull it, get it bored, etc., etc. But in this customer's case, he got pretty lucky and the cylinder is in perfect shape. It doesn't even have a scratch on it hardly. So we will be able to put a new piston back in it and get him back on the road. So that's the process we're about to do right now. Is Bailey's got the piston ring compressor on there. We'll basically slide it into the hole up in here. He's got the piston all oiled up too, and we will slide it into the number 6 spot, and then just slightly, one of us will have to be down at the bottom, one of us will have to be up at the top to make sure that this doesn't ding the crankshaft. We'll just take a double hammer and just slightly tap that guy so it can slide down into the cylinder bore. All right guys, well I got a new head gasket set located, and we are gonna be at a stop point for today. We're gonna go ride jet skis, but unfortunately duty calls and our buddy is broke down and his worker's vehicle is broke, and we gotta deliver them a new van and take their van back with us. So we're getting the trailer hooked up, and we're gonna go to Cincinnati, which is like a 2-hour drive from here. Coming through the Tennessee mountains, boys. Going to rescue the old van.
We were on our way to go get the van. Then our buddy calls back and said, never mind. So we wasted our day. And now we're on our way to go get jet skis, go ride. Like we were supposed to.
Yeah, we're at the lake right now.
Yeah, we're here.
But an hour and 10 minutes away.
Yeah, but now we're not. We're going to take this piece of shit van back. And then we're going to go get the jet skis, load them up, and go ride. What a great morning, huh?
Well, afternoon, but yeah, so basically
I woke up 3 hours ago.
We drove all the way down here with the van, and we stopped to get fuel, fill up with fuel, and then we get a phone call, hey, don't worry about it. So,
that's my mom. Let's see if my mom was, guys. Hello.
Darren?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, not a whole lot, Mom.
I stopped at a rummage sale, and they've got 4 bar stools. They're metal and they swivel, like the bottoms of them are leather. They're really in good shape. Do you need any for your car?
do they take Bitcoin?
Where are you going?
We're going to get a a bunch of alpacas for Norman.
Alpacas?
Yeah.
He's gonna start breeding them.
You gonna breed those?
Yeah, alpacas and some other animal, I don't know what they're called. They're almost extinct.
Really? Well, he called Leah and said that goat wasn't eating.
All right, hey, I gotta get off here. I love you.
Hey buddy, yeah, your boy was driving a truck, smoked in front of my fucking van. All right guys, we made it back to the house with the van that we hauled to Brookville for absolutely no reason, but whatever, ain't that big of a deal. So I'm gonna close out the end of the day, guys. It's Friday, probably catch back up with you guys Monday when we start next week. May work a little bit this weekend on another truck, but I don't really know if that's anything I'm gonna record. So without further ado guys, we'll catch up with you guys first of the week. All right guys, welcome back. It's now Saturday, I'm working into the weekend, which I don't wanna do, but pushing 1 o'clock now and I'm still working. And this truck we've done work on before, but it is actually, a new owner owns it now, so we picked him up as a customer. And I just put a power steering pump on it. I gotta go get a new cap for it because the cap is, the tab on it's junk and it broke off. But you guys can see new pump installed. So now this thing has some good power steering. And I'm also dealing with the sump leaking. So this is one of the cheaper Amazon sumps and the thing just will not stop leaking. Tried to move it around a couple times. You can see I got all the diesel drained out of the truck. Luckily it only has a 1/4 tank. But I'm just gonna get a good clean mating surface and maybe try a little bit of silicone down in this groove before I put the O-ring in, and then some silicone on top of it and try to tighten it up. If this does not fix the leak, we unfortunately will probably, I'm also gonna put some silicone on the sealing washer here or try and find a new one if I have one. And then guys, we're gonna try and see if that'll fix the leak, but it looks like we may be having to switch over to a bean style sump. I believe it's the same size hole, so that we would be good there if that's the route we go with. But yeah, yesterday we got the Dodge piston installed and it is ready for a head on Monday, but I'm gonna try and get this thing knocked out for this customer today, and then we will be, well, I gotta work on tomorrow for a little bit, but yeah, self-employed life, guys. It's honest, I like it. It's like I'm never really off work, I'm always working. It's just kind of my life now, doing this all the time, which I do enjoy. And you know, not having that 9-to-5 job really does help. If any of you guys, little word of advice, if any of you guys are younger, you're just getting out of school, and you're thinking about starting your own business, absolutely 100% do it. Go into it, you know, rather than dumping money on all the stuff you don't need, like nice trucks, cars, 4-wheelers, big houses. If you, in the back of your mind, want to start a business one day, start it now while you can and just jump right into it. Get good at it, get really good at it, and you guys, it doesn't matter what you do. It could be anything. It could be construction, mowing, you know, lawn care, working on vehicles, being a mechanic, anything, guys. I think you'd be really surprised what today's world with marketing and social media can do for a new business in this time. I think it's a lot better than people think, and definitely don't be scared to do it, especially, I mean, no matter what age you are. If you're thinking about getting into a business, just do it, guys. It's really exciting, and it's gonna change your life. It's gonna make you have better values and stuff, and yeah, it's something you guys should really, if you're thinking about it, if you know you want to do it, just jump right into it while you can. Don't develop a bunch of debt early on in life and rely on basically a 9-to-5, if that makes sense. You know, start small and just build your way up, guys. So yeah, just a little bit of advice. Now back next week, and we're gonna put the head on this thing. I want to show you guys real quick. They did all new valve seats. You can still see there is some boogers in the head surface, but if the machine shop at Nye says it's okay, then I'm gonna take their word on it. So it's just very, very minor pitting, but they were able to get it flat and put all new seats in this head. So we are good to go. We got our gasket, Molly gasket stuck on there, and we're gonna get this thing set on here, get it torqued, and hopefully have it driving here this afternoon. All right guys, jumping forward a little bit. we got the truck all running. Bailey actually finished most of it up while I was getting another truck dropped off. And we're gonna go take this thing for a spin. This thing is so freaking tall. But we're gonna go see if we can get this ring set in real good and see how it goes. All right guys, we're gonna get this thing sprayed off here at the car wash. Sat underneath the trees at the house for a while and got really, really dirty. A lot of bird poop on it. We're gonna get it sprayed off for him. All right guys, test drive went successful. We're back at the house now. We've got 12 miles on it so far and definitely sounds a lot better. I think that ring's seated in nice and good. We don't have any smoke. Nice clean burn. Thing sounds really, really good. So I'm gonna get this thing wrapped up, clean it all up for him, and it'll be good to go home. Welcome back. It's now Wednesday, and this morning we have a 2015 Duramax, and I've been fighting with for a couple weeks. I've only had it. I've worked on it a full day, and this will be the second day it's been back. This customer uses this truck every day, and this truck is a work truck. It makes money. But guys, we need to put another power steering pump on it. So we put a power steering pump. Well, first I'll tell you what the issue was. Is he had a massive leak, and basically what was happening was reservoir was overflowing with power steering fluid. So you can see down in here, this reservoir would overflow to the max. And sorry about my cat, guys. He's really grouchy this morning, but you basically just get power steering fluid overflowing out of the cab, and it would go all over the side of this truck. It was a complete mess, and it didn't have a cooler on it when we first got the truck in. So I added a cooler like it should have had from the factory, replaced power steering pump with a Cardone, like Select line, supposed to be a pretty decent pump, and a Hydro Boost assembly, and it still was doing the same thing. And I'm leaning towards the gearbox because that's the only other thing other than the lines left in the system, but it has new lines, it has brand new power steering, brand new Hydro Boost. Why is it doing this? And it's like it always has air in it, and I know it doesn't have air in it. I've done 3 power steering pumps into this that bleed out fine. There's something with this power steering pump on this truck that I don't know if it's the relief valve is set wrong, but it basically just dumps fluid back into that reservoir and makes a mess. It's still doing it right now. He had to use the truck for a couple days, but unfortunately that's how it was. He had to take it how it was because this truck makes money. So I was able to order an AC Delco genuine GM part. There's the part number. OEM power steering pump. Was finally able to find one. These have been on back order. We're gonna try that pump, and if it doesn't fix it, I have a brand new redhead gearbox that we can install on this truck. I don't want to put the gearbox on it. I'd like to be able to return that, but I don't know what else it could be, guys, in the system to cause this truck to do this. So we're gonna try that first. I'll let you guys know what happens. Fingers crossed that it fixes it. It bleeds out fine. You should be able to take that cap off with the truck running, guys. It should be smooth as silk, but what's happening is it's returning too much. So I think the pressure relief valve on the pump is turned up too high, and I think that was a manufacturing error. And like I said, 2 of them have done this so far. So we will swap it out real quick. It should take me about 2 hours, and I will let you guys know what happens. Well, guys, that junk power steering pump was the problem. That's what caused all these issues. I put an AC Delco genuine pump on there. There's the part number, and smooth as silk. I could take this cap off before and it would blow fluid all over the place, and now you guys can see smooth as silk while it's running. So we will not have to install this gearbox from Redhead. We'll be able to get that returned. I'm gonna lose some money on shipping, but oh well. I just didn't want to take a chance of him bringing it back today and me not having a good quality gearbox ready to go on it if that's what it needed. So that's why I have that, but now that I don't need it, I'm gonna return it. So without further ado, guys, we are going to wrap this thing up and then get started on a Ford 6-liter. All right, guys, we got this Duramax wrapped up minus oil change, but we're gonna go drive the 6 liter real quick. Get this thing shut off. All we gotta do on this thing today is an oil change and it'll be done. But we have a 6 liter here, and he wanted us to do some filming for the YouTube channel. He wanted to see us do the repairs on it, so I don't know what year it is. I think it's a 06, but he said the axle seals are leaking. I think it's the inners. The dust shields are blown out on the outers, so we're going to do axle seals. And he said the brake caliper, I think, was sticking on the right side. So before we tear into this thing, we're going to go drive it and see if we can try to resemble some of those issues he was talking about. Alright guys, so we can definitely tell that the truck pulls to the right a little bit. Now, of course, it does have 14 wide wheels on it, so, you know, handling is going to be not the best to start with, but I'm going to get up here to this stoplight, or this stop sign, and we'll get on the brakes kind of hard so you guys, I'll let off the wheel and show you guys how it's pulling to the right. We'll see if we can address this issue. There's a couple different things that can cause this, but I'll show you here real quick. Coming up to a stop sign, hand off the wheel. The truck definitely pulls a lot harder to the right, and I think there's a couple different things to be calling this. It could be a hose, it could be a slider stuck on one of the calipers, but we will just have to tear it apart and see the condition of the hoses. A lot of times where the hoses are, the brackets are on them, there's metal, and the rust will build up on them, and it'll squeeze that hose, and it'll get more pressure to one side than the other. And a lot of times it'll cause it to drag too. But it could also just be the sliders are dirty and the calipers dragging more on that side than the left. So yeah, other than that, that's what we just want to basically drive the truck to verify. So we'll get it back, put on lift, tear it down, see if we can grab some parts for it while we're in town. Guys, Bailey also had another good point, is with the gear, the axle seals being blown out in this thing, it could very easily be throwing a lot of gear oil on the driver's side. I can't remember if both the dust shields are blown up, but one side was leaking more than the other. So I'm wondering if it's throwing all that gear oil on the rotor and it's causing it to pull to one side more. That makes perfect sense. So we're just gonna get this thing up on the lift and check everything out. All right guys, this truck is all pulled in the shop and we're about to get started on it. But guys, I am going to wrap up the end of this video. We got a lot done in this video. It may not look like it on camera, but a lot has happened. So also have a new toy I want to show you guys soon in the next video. It's actually a watercraft. So you guys can leave your guesses down below what you guys think I got. But that is, like I said, that's gonna wrap it up. Be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, let us know what you think, as well as support it. If you really like the YouTube videos, the easiest way to support the YouTube channel is the Patreon account below. You guys can become a member, and I will also give you guys like an insider look at stuff, posting pictures, and responding one-to-one. You guys will do messages. If you guys have any detailed questions about the builds and stuff we're doing on channel, I will get back to you quickest on Patreon. So Bailey's getting ready to get this thing lifted up, and we're gonna get the wheels pulled off of it and get going on it. So like, subscribe, check out the Patreon, dirtydiamonddiesel.com as well below. See you guys on the next one.